Dear healthcare professionals and students, welcome to Healthcare Engineering. I am Asheni Silva, a biomedical engineer from Healthcare Engineering team. We are here to provide you with amazing presentations to learn and improve your skills. We are going to share our knowledge and experiences what we gain from the industry. I strongly believe that all kind of healthcare professionals and students can learn a lot from our YouTube channel and the blog by knowing the trends in modern healthcare world. Therefore, I would like to welcome you all to subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get an instant update of a new informative video. Also, you can visit our blog www.learnbiomedengine.blogspot.com to learn more about the concepts we share in our videos. We can support in your healthcare business. We can help you out in advertising your healthcare products. We can promote your healthcare events. We can provide technical reviews for your medical devices as well as many more online supports we provide to boost up your healthcare business. If you are interested to get support from us, please contact our admin to the given mail ID. Also, you can follow us in these social media groups which shown in the screen. The links will be given in the description below. Here is the part 2 video of infusion pump. If you missed part 1 video of this topic, kindly watch it soon in our YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about infusion pump. An infusion pump is a medical device which is used to deliver a large or small amount of fluid to the patient's circulation system with or without nutrients or medications in controlled format. It commonly used intravenously. There are several infusions which are used intermediately such as subcutaneous, epidural and arterial infusions. Commonly used infusion pumps are intended for some specialized purposes as including external pump which used to deliver liquid nutrients and medication to the patient's digestive system, PCA pump that used to deliver pain medications which equipped with a features that allows patients to self-administrate a controlled amount of medications as needed. Insulin pump that often used to deliver insulin to patients with diabetes. These are often used at home. In this slide, we are going to talk about the types of infusion pump. There are three main types of infusion pumps, including volumetric with syringe and elastomeric. Now let's talk in detail about those types. First type is volumetric. In here, the mechanical trigger sources the fluid in the tubing to move through a peristaltic effect that allows medication and nutrients or food to be distributed. This mechanism could be categorized as rotating or linear. Second type is infusion pumps with a syringe. The pump system consists of an exterior electronic pump. An infusion of the line and syringe are companionable with this system and are generally disposable. The companionable syringe is a device that meets the specifications and requirements specified in recommendations of a manufacturers. Third type is elastomeric infusion pumps. These are usually used for pain reliefs in the stack or in the hospitals. In these kind of pumps, the infusion pressure is gained by filling or satisfying the elastic balloon, and also the flow control is done by the pressure disparity produced by the body temperature. Let's move to the next part. It's about the main components of infusion pump. First part is alarms. The alarms indicate adverse situations. For examples, air bubbles or system occlusion, free flow, end of the infusion, low batteries, amongst others. Second component is control circuit. It allows interpretation of the information introduced into the device, control the information mechanism, and etc. And also it can store the programmed information and data about the alarms, calculation doses, variations in the infusion flow, and etc. Third component is infusion line and accessories, a set of disposable accessories that ensure the transportation of the fluid from the reservoir to the patient. Fourth one is infusion mechanism. This component allows for infusion pressure generation that is responsible for the fluid flow. It can be peristaltic or syringe. Fifth one is display and control panel. Alphanumeric display or LCD display used here. They give information about the undergoing infusion. Sixth part is motor. In general, step-by-step motors are used to activate the infusion mechanism. Next component is drop sensor in peristaltic pump. This is used to refer the electronic circuit of infusion control. Next one is air sensor in the peristaltic pump. It indicates the presence of air in the system. Next one is occlusion pressure sensor. This is used to control the infusion pressure. Last component is keypad. This is used to register the data that refers to the flow, the volume, and the time of infusion. In this slide, we are going to see what are the accessories used in infusion pump. Lines and extensions. These extensions, also known as IV tubes, which are in different dimensions of lengths and diameters. These lines are unidirectional extensions and consist of valve in order to prevent from returning. Needles. This needle is used to guarantee and puncture the admittance to the blood vessels. Catheter. Pumps deliver pain-relieving medications to the patients through the catheters. Valve. The function of this valve is administer the two differential and simultaneous therapies. Filters. Filters can be antibacterial. Its function is to remove waste, prevent contamination, and air bubbles from reaching the patient. Now, what is the working principle using here? These pumps are controlled by a microprocessor. Peristaltic pumps sequentially compress and release the infusion tube, which injects the fluid into the patient's catheter. The speed of a stepper motor determines the cycle speed of the peristaltic mechanism that controls the infusion rate. These pumps offer a flow rate of 0.01 to 999 ml per hour. Syringe-based pumps use a syringe as a reservoir for the drug that delivers the liquid, pushing the plugger into the body of the syringe. A lead screw mechanism presses the thread block against the piston. Spray regulators, spring or gas mechanism to provide relative care, constant force on the piston, which creates the pressure for the fluid supply. Now let's see how the infusion process is done. Attach the IV tube to the saline bottle and fix IV tube in the peristaltic sheet. Then close the door of the pump. Tap the switch which is situated behind the equipment and start the machine. According to the requirement, set the mode as adult or pediatric. Set the mode button of the unit of the volume. Depend on the several models of infusion pump, you can then set as the next step by setting the specific volume in specific time to be automatically calculated the rate and display on the screen. And you can set the rate directly. After finishing all these settings, press the start button to start infusing medication liquid. For infusing liquid, at first you can use the bolus option. Clinically, the bolus is the administration of many drugs or other drugs over the long period of time, using for 1 to 30 minutes to increase blood pressure in the blood. When you can need to stop infusing medication, you can press the stop button. When we consider about the safety handling of this instrument, transportation of the equipment safety with sustained devices consists of wheels. Install the device in place and store it in safe place so that it does not hit the patient if it falls. Prevention of the risk of explosion by not using any inflammable products near the equipment. Avoid the admittance to the arrangement of the commands of the equipment of avoiding risk of handling by the non-authorized persons. Avoid the equipment from humidity and store it in a safe place. In here we are focusing about problems and its troubleshooting. First, let's see what are the software errors can be arised. If a problem message is shown, it means the pump is not working at the moment. This happens in the absence of identifiable problem. Battery failure. A design concern causes overheating of the battery and leads to premature battery failure. The battery is not replaced during the recommended according to the manufacturer's guidelines to end of the life routine maintenance. Incorrect rate set. It occurs when infusion ended early or going too quickly. In that case, we need to check the displayed rate against the prescription. Change it if necessary. Alarms errors. If there is a critical problem in the infusion pump, such as occlusion or else presence of air in the infusion tube, the alarm alerts fails to provide. In that case, we need to remove the occlusion and restart. Because of exhausted battery, the pump has stopped before emptying syringe. Error can rise. For fix that, fit new battery, turn on the pump, confirm the syringe size, and brand select to resume the infusion. That's all about the infusion pump. Don't forget to watch the part 1 video of this topic. If you're willing to learn more about this topic, kindly visit our blog www.learnbiomedengine.blogspot.com. You can comment your ideas or the topics which you're willing to learn. So, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to receive update of a new informative video. Also, to get support to promote your business, please contact us in the given mail ID. Follow us in these social media platforms which shown in the screen. The links will be given in the description below. Thank you.